Hello everyone, Charles Watts here, the Arsenal correspondent at Goal, joining you on Friday, one day before Arsenal return to Premier League action with that match against Norwich at the Emirates tomorrow. I'll be there, looking forward to it. I am looking forward to it actually. It's been, I think, an important couple of weeks, isn't it, for all of us, for just to take a bit of a breather, I think, after that horrible start to the season. But I'm kind of looking forward to what we're going to see from now on, because let's face it, we've got to see an improvement. If we don't, then you would expect changes are going to happen sooner rather than later. So it's going to be really interesting to see how Arsenal respond after what's been a really difficult few weeks for the club. You got players back. You're hoping to see a bit of a different looking Arsenal team tomorrow. Hopefully one that begins to play with a little bit of a swagger. And let's face it, if they're going to struggle against Norwich, then they're going to struggle against anyone. So you would hope this is the type of game where Arsenal can really put down a bit of a marker for the kind of standards they want to hit from now on, because it's been way below those standards so far in the Premier League this season. They have to improve, and they have to improve starting from tomorrow. So we'll talk a little bit about that game. During this video, I'll look at some of the sort of key decisions Mikel Arteta has facing him ahead of that in terms of team selection. I'll do my predicted 11 at the end and talk about a few things. But actually, first of all, apologies if you can see this, it's a bit of a madhouse here at the moment. It's been my daughter's birthday, so the house is absolute carnage. It's absolutely covered in stuff at the moment. So yeah, if you're seeing weird things in the corner of the screen, apologies. There's a big Bluey poster for all your parents out there. I'm sure you know well aware what Bluey is. It's actually a good cartoon, actually. Even I quite enjoy that. Anyway, enough about that. Let's talk about Arsenal versus Norwich. And some big decisions, like I said, that Mikel Arteta has got in terms of the team selection. A little bit what he's had to say about the game and the performance, because I think that's one thing that's really disappointed us so far. Yes, the results have been bad, really bad, but I think more so the performance, the lack of creativity, the lack of shots, the lack of taking charge of a game, that's been really disappointing. And Mikel was asked, about that. Are you expecting to see much? Do you want to see a better performance from your team? And he said, I just want to focus on that, because the performance will lead to the result. Everyone is going to talk about winning, but you have to earn the right to do so. Unfortunately, in the last few games, we haven't done the basic things right, and that hasn't allowed us to compete in games like the way we want. If we do those things right, we'll be much closer to winning football matches, and that will bring momentum, and everything will change. And I think that's what everyone going to the Emirates is going to want to see tomorrow. They're going to want to see a better performance. They're going to want to see Arsenal take the game to Norwich. They're going to want to see them attack well, create chances, score goals, and just show that they do have something about them this season. Now, we're going to see a bit of a different Arsenal side, I would expect. Certainly going to see some changes in terms of the starting 11 from what we've seen so far this season. Tomiyasu, I don't think will start. He has been granted that work permit, so he is clear to play. Mikel revealing in his press conference yesterday that work permit hadn't yet been sorted, because Arsenal are having to wait for Tomiyasu to get back from international duty and get into the country before starting the process. Now, that process was ongoing yesterday. Arteta was confident it would be completed in the next few hours, he said, and it has been completed. So Tomiyasu has been cleared to play. Now, I don't think he's going to go straight into the starting 11. I'd be surprised. I think we'll probably still see either Chambers or Cedric at right back for one more game. But I'm certainly expecting to see like Gabriel and Ben White in the starting 11, Thomas Partey as well. Martin Odegaard, his first game back at the Emirates since his loan move from Real Madrid was turned permanent. So we're going to see a different Arsenal team to what we've seen before, even if Tomiyasu is on the bench. And that you're going to hope is going to lead to a bit of an improved performance. Certainly defensively, you would hope Arsenal are going to look a lot more solid than they have done. But with Thomas Partey in that midfield as well, you would hope that can lead to an improved performance in terms of winning the ball back quickly, feeding the likes of Martin Odegaard in space ahead of him quickly by breaking the lines of his passing ability and getting Arsenal moving again. Whoever plays alongside Thomas Partey, now that is going to be an interesting one. It would have been, you would expect, certainly it would have been Sambi Lokonga, because of Granit Xhaka being suspended, Mohamed Elneny being injured, but he is a big doubt. Sambi Lokonga didn't appear in any of the training pictures yesterday. Now that isn't an absolute certainty, meaning that he's going to miss the game, but it certainly raises some question marks given he was injured while away with Belgium on international duty. If he didn't train yesterday, then could well be a little bit short. So who's going to partner Thomas Partey in midfield? You would say it's going to have to surely be Ainsley Maitland-Niles, because no Partey, if there's no Xhaka, no El Neni and no Sambi, then it's got to be Maitland-Niles, isn't it? If it's not, then what was the point of him staying? If you're going to move someone into midfield, someone like a Callum Chambers or something like that, then it would just seem absolutely bonkers. So you would expect Ainsley and Thomas Partey will be midfield. I mean, Charlie Patino could well come into the mix, that really talented 17-year-old midfielder we've been talking about. He's been training with the first team regularly, played in the behind closed doors against friendly against Brentford the other day, trained with the first team again yesterday at London Colney, so he will certainly be in contention potentially for the squad, you would think, given the absentees in midfield. But I can't imagine Patino going straight into the starting 11. So even if he is included, you would expect to be on the substitutes bench, and you'd have a Thomas Partey and Ainsley Maitland-Niles at midfield. Let me know what you think. Who should partner Thomas Partey in midfield if there is no Sambi Lokonga tomorrow? That is certainly one of the big decisions facing Mikel Arteta's central midfield. I think centre-back as well. Are we going to straight away see Thomas Partey playing in front of Gabriel and Ben White? I would expect so. We've seen Rob Holding, we've seen Pablo Mari, we've even seen Sead Kolasinac against Manchester City. But the time is right now for Gabriel and Ben White to start their central defensive partnership. Both have been training, both have got some minutes during the international break in that behind closed doors friendly against Brentford, and that just feels like it has to be the decision that Mikel Arteta comes to. Now they need to start playing together regularly, they need to build up that relationship, and I would expect we're going to see those two play tomorrow. Who plays on the right of them is another decision. Do you throw Tomiyasu straight into the mix? Like I said, I'd be surprised, given he only just arrived at London Colney yesterday. He's just had all his media duties. He's had to go through photos and things like that. I'm sure you've probably seen him on social media right now. I'd be surprised. I mean, you never know. Look, right back is right back. It's not like you have to spend ages working out the system and things like that to play in that role. And he's experienced. He can speak English, so communication isn't going to be an issue. So he might go straight into the mix. And you would hope that against Norwich is not going to be the most testing of game either. So potentially it could be a nice one just to ease him into it, but I still think he's probably going to err on the side of caution and play with either a Cedric or Callum Chambers at right back. So that's a decision he has to make. And then what do you do up front? If Emile Smith-Rowe misses out as expected with the illness that he's got, who do you bring in? Do you bring in Pepe, do a sort of straight swap, have Pepe, Saka at either side of Martin Odegaard, or do you bring in Lacazette, play him as a central striker, and move Aubameyang out to the left-hand side? I don't like that idea. I really want to see Aubameyang have a proper run of games now as a central striker with those three players behind him. So personally for me, I'd just bring in Pepe. You've got an added real goal threat there in Pepe, and get him along either side of Martin Odegaard as the number 10. So there's some of the big key decisions facing Mikel Arteta. Let me know what you think. Who should be in the starting 11 tomorrow? Always, please do leave them in the comments and I'll go through them and see what you guys are predicting. Here's my predicted 11. This is just what I'm thinking. I think Mikel might go for. It's not based on any information, anything like that. And it's not what I would definitely choose myself. This is what I'm thinking Mikel will end up going for. So I've gone for Leno in goal. I think he'll probably go with Chambers at right back. Earlier in the week I thought it'd be Cedric, but I've changed my mind on that one now. I'm beginning to think, given Cedric's performance against Manchester City, we might see Chambers come back in at right back. So Chambers, White, Gabriel and Tierney, they are the back four. Then I'm going to go with Thomas Partey and Ainsley Maitland-Niles as the central midfield. Bukayo Saka, Martin Odegaard, Nicolas Pepe and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. That is my predicted 11. That's what I think Mikel Arteta will go for the game against Norwich. If you agree with that, if you think that's what he's going to do, if you want to put in your own 11, then as I said, please let me know in the comments below. That's about it for today's video. Thank you for watching. As always, everyone, like I said, I will be making my way to the Emirates tomorrow. Hopefully, I will do one of my live broadcasts before the game during the warm-up. Let you guys have a watch of that. Run through my thoughts on the starting 11 once it's announced. So please do keep an eye out for that one. If you're heading to the game, enjoy it. Hopefully, we're going to have some goals and some decent football to watch. Have a very good day, everyone. I'll speak to you soon.